Just
Okay, so here we are.
technology.
Thank you. We have started the Skype training series on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For me, that's 11 in the morning. And we're going to cover the the most popular topics, one each week of the month. And this week we're just doing introductions on each of the 4 topics. So the first week of every month is Skype marketing. This is the second Monday of every month. So this is about Skype rooms, also known as group chats. And the third week of every month will be Skype help, Skype tips, getting people started who are new to Skype, and also people who've been Skyping to talk about changes that are happening with Skype. And that is a moving target still to this day. There was a lot of changes that happened about 6 or 7 months ago, about last August 2014, and it's still changing. So I'm watching those things, and I will update you on the third week of every month, third Monday of every month, and the last Monday of every month, or so I should say the fourth. If there's a fifth, I'm just taking that one off. But the fourth Monday of every month is Skype safety and recovery. Some people can't get into their Skype. For some people, it's how to be safe so that you don't get hacked, or how to recover from a Skype hack. So that's the fourth Monday of every month. So this week we're just doing introductions, and we're going to talk today about Skype group chats. We call those Skype rooms, and it's just an introduction to that. So, and I'm so glad that Carolyn Winslow Pierce can be here today, and Alex Young can be here with me today, because they use Skype group chat rooms themselves and they both now, I can say for Alex now, actually both of you own your own group chat rooms, and you're members of many other group chat rooms, mastermind rooms and stuff. So this is going to be great. I guess the first thing I just want to start out with is that I have come to discover it's been so long since I haven't spoken to people that actually, I'll rephrase that, people that have not been using Skype, or they use it in a very limited way compared to how I use it, and how most of the people who I serve and help with Skype use it. And so some people don't even realize that there is such a thing as a group chat, believe it or not. So that is what a Skype room is. It's when you can, and maybe I should back up even further. Some people believe that Skype is just video calling. And it's not only just video calling, you can audio call, but it's not only just audio calls, it's also chat, instant message, IM, texting to each other. And a group chat is many people being able to text to each other. And that is tremendously useful for building community, for communication in group. It's got many benefits, such as the history is always there. If you can't be there live, it's open 24/7. You can go back and read what you missed. There's just so many benefits to building community with Skype rooms, with group chats. And before I just dive into some of the most popular benefits and uses of Skype group chats, I think I'd like to go ahead and invite Carolyn and Alex to talk about that. Which one of you want to answer the question, what is a Skype room to you, and why do you love it? Which one of you want to go first?
Carolyn, you go first.
I'll go. Well, I originally thought that Skype was just IM. instant messaging people back and forth. And I had used other IMs before and was very displeased with some of the comments or things for which people use instant messaging until I found Skype. And I really, I guess you could say, love the fact that messages don't get lost. They are there. The person logs in later. They're still there until they do log in and see them. There's 100% delivery. And so that was one of the reasons I started using a Skype room or a Skype chat for the same thing people would use a forum for. Forums are notorious for getting hacked. It's not quite so easy to do in Skype. It can be done, but it's not as easy.
Right.
I love the fact that people do have to request permission to be a part of a chat. I like the fact that I can say yay or nay based on a person's profile.
Right.
And because of that, I do talk a lot about profile and why you should add it. And if you're going to come to one of my rooms, I need to know where you found me. Why do you want to be a part of that room? And what do you want to get out of participation?
Right.
And so that's really the beginning of getting to know people on a more personal level. And you cannot do anything to help someone if you don't know what they need help with or about them enough to know how to help them.
Right.
Because every single person that you meet has a different level of learning, and the way they learn is different. Some people are very, very visual, and that's one thing Skype helps with. It helps to make what you're showing someone very visible. You don't just have to talk about it. You can still look over their shoulder and watch what they're doing, so you can guide them through a process. And we all know you learn far more by doing it than just by reading it or listening to it.
Right.
And so that's some of the things that Skype allows. What's more, it's free. And when you're working with new people on the internet and they're pinching every penny but still want to get known and well thought of on the web, Skype is the key tool for doing that. And then since I met Julie, and do you believe it's almost 5 years now, Julie?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think you were on a whole lot longer before we met. And Julie is. And that's with capital I, capital S, as big as you could make it. She is the Skype expert. I've even gone to the Skype help desk, and I don't get near as much straightforward answers from them as we do from Julie. She's great.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. That's great. I like, I want to comment on some of the things that you said, and thank you for the kudos. A lot of us that are using Skype extensively for business communications and business connections with people feel that it is absolutely the best way to communicate, even better than Facebook and other social media. And I personally have experienced that to be true. Alex may have a different perspective because he loves Twitter so much, but I think he also will say that he loves Skype. It's just the instantness of it is almost magical, and you know, the ability to communicate and understand what people need is fantastic. The ability to share, screen share with one-on-one and groups. You can actually screen share and show people what it is that you're looking at in a group as well as one-on-one. Usually it's done one-on-one, and that didn't used to be free to do it in a group, but it is free now to screen share in a group, and that's limited to 10 people. So that's great. You can also, of course, send links to what it is you want people to look for, and I use other tools such as Jing, Screencast-O-Matic, even links to Pinterest or your blog or a video, a YouTube video, or a Google Plus link, even a Twitter link, all of the other social medias, Facebook. A lot of people integrate Facebook just with links, not even just the contacts. You can actually link your contacts with Facebook, but just sending links to what it is that you want to show people. So there's lots of ways to use Skype in group settings as well as one-on-one, of course, to show people what it is that you're talking about, and then have a conversation either in text or in a call. Let me see if there was anything else. You talked about the privacy of Skype. You can absolutely set up a group chat so that it can be completely private and under your complete control if you know how to set up a legacy Skype room the way we had it before Skype moved to the cloud. So that is a very, very good point, and I bet we can talk more about that after Alex gives his impressions. But it's really important that you do have control of your group. Even if you're very, very careful with who joins your room, I've had the smartest people, I mean people way smarter than me, get hacked because in a moment of weakness they didn't recognize that it wasn't a person that they knew in their contacts. It was someone else who had gotten hacked who sent them a link, and hackers will fool you. They'll look at the conversation and say, what have they been talking about, and pretend to be that person whose Skype account they hacked. And so my very, very smart friends, two of them I can think of, can specifically, no names, I won't mention any names, but they clicked in a moment of weakness. The hacker, pretending to be their contact, fooled them, saying this is a link to a new blog, and they clicked it, and or they downloaded a file, and so you can be very, very careful who they got hacked. And so if those very, very smart people who you'd think would not be able to get hacked, their Skype hacked, are in a Skype group chat, then you as the administrator of the room, the creator and also the moderators of your room, which need to be well trained, that's something that I do, they need to know how to stop the hacker, you know, how to remove them or stop them from chatting, and how to ban them from the room. So it's important that you set up your Skype rooms. Do not build new rooms if you want to have full control from current Skype. You want to build legacy rooms from older versions of Skype. And there's a lot more to that I'm not going to get into now. In fact, I'm going to take this opportunity before I call on Alex to say that these Skype trainings on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time are for members of SeeYouOnSkype.com. And that's my membership, SeeYouOnSkype.com, just how it sounds, SeeYou on Skype.com. The link to join these is inside of the member Skype room. And right now, to come to these live events is absolutely free. And what I'm covering in these live events is the why and the what of Skype in these 4 topics: Skype marketing, which includes Skype networking, Skype tools, lead generation, Skype sales funnel, Skype traffic, Skype list building, a very popular topic of mine, and that's all Skype marketing the first week of the month, first Monday of the month. Skype rooms, which is, we're in the 2nd week now, so that's what we're covering, Skype tips and updates and help with newbies to get going on Skype, and then the 4th week of the month is Skype safety. These trainings, these Skype trainings are the why use Skype for these things. why use these things with Skype, and the what of Skype, and the how will be inside of the membership at SeeYouOnSkype.com, the exact how. So, and we also are going to open up to questions and answers that people leave in the member Skype room that you can access from inside of See You on Skype. So ask your questions inside of the member Skype rooms, and I will, at the second half of these trainings, we're still good, only into it 15 minutes or so, the second half of this, I'm going to answer any Skype trainings, and I may even share some common questions I've asked and answered. Usually visually, I like to answer Skype questions and create a Skype tip out of it. So open Q&A is included, preferably on topic each week. But if you can't make the week of the month that is for the topic that is covered, you know, that matches up with your question, then I am taking all questions, Skype questions, and answering them in these trainings. So again, this is Introduction to Skype Rooms Group Chats, and I'm going to invite you, Alex, to tell us about your experience and what you love about Skype Rooms, how you use them, how they benefit you to grow your business.
Yeah, the first chat room, Skype group chat room that I've ever been in was back in October of 2013, and that was the Mastermind, which you're a part of too, Julie. And I just can't say enough good things, positive things about Skype rooms. I'm just surprised that they're not really well known. It's just like Skype superfans seem to know them, which is great. But I think that they're really an untapped resource. And it's interesting, Carolyn, that you said that in the beginning you assumed that Skype was just, you know, for instant messaging, because I feel a lot of people assume that Skype is just video, as Julie said very early in this show. And so it's like the Skype branding, it's so strong that they assume Skype is video, and they don't think beyond that. But the rooms are just absolutely fantastic for business. And you know, you hear a lot about human to human, like there's a hashtag H to H, and talking about deep engagement and really getting to know people. And Skype rooms are, to me, what makes that all possible. I think that if anybody tries a Skype room for a week or two with the right people, I think they'll be hooked, because I mean, it's something that you really should experience firsthand. I mean, it's great that we're talking about it to make people aware, but if they really try it, I really think they'll be hooked, especially if it's with the right people, the right niche and interests. And I mean, there are just so many features about Skype rooms. I mean, just so many, like dozens upon dozens, and they can really maximize your efficiency. They can help your brain remember things. I mean, there are unique ways that I use it, and I guess I don't think I ever shared those details with you, Julie, but one day I will. They're sort of cute and sort of really effective. But you know, just to maximize efficiency and clarify things for the people in your network. Just like you said, Carolyn, with visuals, there's the screen sharing option, which Julie talked about, and you can send links, any type of links to people, and you trust the people that send you links, and the people that you send links trust you, because there are a lot of link shorteners out there, like we all know them, Bitly and Owly, which is Hootsuite's shortener, and things like TinyURL, and like you don't want to click those things if they're not from people that you don't know, but when you know them, it's fine. And the other thing about those shorteners is that a lot of corporations have firewalls that will reject any email with Bitly or Owly or TinyURL. So those emails will never get through to whoever you're trying to send them to. But on Skype, there are no restrictions like that. Everything flows, and like you said, with the rooms, you can invite the people that you trust, and if anybody manages to get in that you don't want in there, you just kick them out. And I mean, it's one of the best, Skype rooms are one of the best things that has ever happened to me in the last year and a half.
Right. Do you want to talk any more about, these are really good, I wrote them down. Alex, do you want to talk more about, you particularly like the masterminding, actually both of you love to talk about using Skype for mastermind groups. Yeah, in fact, who wants to go first? Do either of you want to talk more about the value
Yeah,
of it?
I'll talk about Gail's mastermind, which she started sort of by accident because they had a forum, and then the forum like crashed or something, and then one of the members of the forum said, you know what, let's try something new. Let's try doing this on Skype, because there's going to be less of a chance of crashing and us having to go through this headache again. And so that was really the genesis of that mastermind, the blogger mastermind. That's the name of it. And it was sort of a happy accident, because now look at how awesome it is. You connect with people, you get to know people, you have this feeling of community. And then of course when you want to take a conversation private, it's just simple. You just right click, choose send IM to the person, and then suddenly you're speaking with them away from the room. And it is just, as you can tell, I'm a super fan just by, you know, how I'm so enthusiastic about Skype rooms.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. I actually wanted to add that, you know, I don't even realize what it is that people don't know sometimes. And I actually decided to add that to a set of 10 Skype tips, a training that I'm developing, how easy it is to just click someone's name when you see that when you're having an exchange in a group chat. You just click their name, and that's what you see is their name and their message, their name and their message, their name and their message. Sometimes a name and a file, or a name and a picture. And we didn't mention that. Now that's new. You can send pictures into chat, which is kind of nice. You can just see the picture. You don't even have to click it or download it. But it's so easy to just click that name when you want to go private with them and have a private conversation. So Skype is great for controlling who you have conversations with, which came up with my interview with Patsy. I was interviewing her about the previous topic, Skype marketing, and how, I mean, all three of you have mentioned how you love to do that. You love to, I think you did, Carolyn, is go from the group chat to just click somebody's, you know, when you're having a conversation with one or two people or three or what, a lot of people, and then there's one person where the two of you want to have a private conversation. So to go to group from private chat is just clicking their name and starting an instant message chat with them.
Yeah, and you know, one way that Skype rooms helps my brain, remember I was talking about helping the brain, is that you can actually, you see, we all have bookmarks on our browser, and some people have, you know, 100, some people have 5,000. I mean, I think I'm probably close to that 5,000 bookmark type person. But so what I've been doing lately, taking advantage of the Skype room, is I'll send a link to a person that of course, is in my network and we're close, and I know that they're going to be interested in that link. And so it helps me remember that, oh, I sent such and such a link to Preston or Brian, and it's just like, that for some reason helps me remember to either take action on the bookmark and the content, and it's just that personal thing, like, oh, I shared it with Julie, so I know to look for it in the private conversation with Julie.
Right.
So that's one little trick I've been using.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. Good stuff. Carolyn, did you have something more to add?
That's a very key point in organization, and especially as a project manager. It's one of the things, okay, I told this guy over here that he should get done this, Well, I can go back to his personal or the PM. See, when I told him to do that, I can ask him about that specific thing and get to know where he is on the project, how he's doing with the project. Has he run into some barriers on the project? And then I can offer help. Hey, this is what I found that works. Go do this.
Right. Right.
It just and Skype lends itself to that so well.
Well,
I
that's the.
agree.
What's that, Alex?
I agree 200% because it's just the directness that people can't escape and say, oh, well, I didn't get your message. Well, no, you did get the message because it doesn't bounce out or anything. It's just like there, and it's very direct. And so it's like, it's great for people who are very responsible and they'll take accountability for their actions because there's no hiding. You can run, but you can't hide. And so with Skype, it's like the message is always there. It's very direct, and it's really great for people who want to do things and get things done.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. And why does anybody want to be in business if they don't want to get things done?
Right.
That's a great question.
Another. Oh. Anyway, I'm good at asking questions, and I've never grown up. I might be 73 years old, but I've never grown up. I still ask why. How come?
That's great.
And I hate to hear, oh, I know that. Well, if you know it, why did you do it?
Yeah, or why didn't you do it?
Why didn't you do it?
Yeah. Well, follow-up and accountability, those are all great things that happen on Skype. Support, assistance, inspiration, building the community, getting things done, engagement. You talked about engagement a lot. And even customer re-engagement, which, again, has to do with what you're talking about, I feel. Well, both of you, just what we were talking about is I love to talk about follow-up. When I learned about email marketing and list building, that's one of the things I got the most excited about is that you can follow up with people. You can build a list. Well, you can do the same thing in Skype. You can build a list in Skype, and you've got a targeted group of people in a group chat. Okay, so group chats are great for finding the right kind of people, and in the community chat, in the group chat, you find out whether there's some reason to connect, some way you can help each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just, it's the best networking. It's the best social network that I know of. But that follow-up is, I really want to, at some point I want to talk more about list building in Skype and segmenting your list. In email marketing, you learn about how important it is to segment your list. So that you are serving people's real needs. And you can know what those real needs are in Skype because you're having conversations with them. They're telling you what they need and want or how they can help. So you can build segmented lists within your one Skype account based on people's skill sets or needs, their interests, their common interests. And a Skype group chat room, to bring it back to the topic, is a great way to have a group of people together engaged, having a conversation that you can listen to and participate in and pull the right people out, the targeted people, your audience out.
Yeah, it also helps you separate the looky-loos from the people that are really serious. Because serious people will communicate. They will ask questions. They will participate.
They will engage. Yes.
Engage. Good word.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of tweets on Twitter saying that community is the future of social media and stuff about real-time marketing. And, you know, while I nod my head and say, yes, that's true, I feel that people who use Skype rooms, we're already ahead of that. We're there. We're ahead of that curve. You know, yeah, it's great to say community is the future of social media, but we're already doing it.
Yes, we are. We're already doing it.
Real-time marketing, we're doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think Google is trying to catch up with Hangouts.
Right.
They've seen what they're missing and that Skype has already done for all these many years, except that now this is automatically posted to YouTube.
Right.
It's live and on the air, which makes it 1 degree better.
Right.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right.
I mean, but besides that, I mean, there are a lot of bells and whistles that, you know, might be cute for some people, but aren't really necessary for a lot of people. But I mean, the YouTube, you know, automatic upload, I will give them that. I will say that is, you know, a big thumbs up. But then all the other bells and whistles, I mean, that's just Google. That's just their personalities, experiment.
And I think over time, as Microsoft has Skype, there's going to be other things that are added that we come to miss now, and those are the third-party applications that could be used with Skype that we don't have anymore. And you know,
some of them we don't, and it's sad. So we hope some of the, you know, for content. Yeah,
that's why Julie says it's so important to keep legacy Skype and keep those from upgrading, so you still have some of the features that we've come to rely on.
Yes.
So
that's a really, really important point for me, to let people know that there is a difference between Skype rooms and the old Skype rooms and the ones that you can still create. I call legacy rooms, and they're based on the old technology. P2P stands for peer-to-peer. For most of Skype's life, it's been on a P2P technology, meaning that our connections are based peer-to-peer. There, for the most part, was no server. We were all connecting via nodes across the globe.
And you had to both be online at the same time in order for it to go across.
So they Skype wanted to improve, Microsoft Skype wanted to improve Skype by moving to the cloud, so that they could be mobile friendly, because mobile is, you know, it's definitely growing. It's really important. Now, right now, Alex, you're joining us via mobile, a mobile device, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So in their move to the cloud, they felt that it was necessary for the technology to change from P2P. Personally, I'm still seeing some P2P behavior, and I have a strategy that it's very easy to switch. You don't even have to downgrade. It's not that I'm encouraging people to not upgrade. In fact, you need to upgrade. But it's very, very easy to use older versions of Skype if you know how, like I do. In a moment's notice, I can switch over to an older Skype version and create a new Skype room, which is the only way to create a room. That's a really important point, is that if you're creating new rooms, or if you have some of the older legacy Skype rooms, please don't take them down. I saw someone do it just yesterday. I was shocked.
I didn't know you could. You just stop using them.
Yeah, you remove everybody from the room and you open up a new room, and if you do that on current Skype, if you create a new room with current Skype, it's a cloud-based room that doesn't give you the control of the legacy rooms from the old technology, the P2P technology. So please, if you have older rooms and you want to get your control back, hold that thought, Carolyn, you want to get your control back that you lost from your old rooms, I can help you do that. If you want to create it, don't lose it. Don't get rid of the old rooms. If you want to create a new room, create it in the old technology, come to me and join SeeYouOnSkype, because that's where the how happens, so that you can have, and I mentioned the safety and the privacy and the control earlier, but there's so many more reasons why you want the old legacy type of room. The better, I don't want to say old, the legacy. You want to create new rooms as legacy rooms to have the full spectrum of features that will help you as well as your members get the most out of it with guidelines. You can make, there's just so many things that you can do. You can control when people join, whether they're applicants. If you want to monetize a room, you definitely want to do it in a room that you can set up so that people become applicants or they become listeners. They apply first, and you qualify them to join the room as for example, a paid member, so that you can be you can have full control and you can actually build your business. A large part of the value of your business is the community that you can build, like all the benefits we've been talking about in a monetized member-only Skype room.
Right.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things is the ability to kick and ban somebody who's a bad apple, who's trying to ruin your community, because one bad apple can ruin the whole barrel. And so with these legacy Skype rooms, you're able to ban somebody. And, you know, Julie, you brought this to my attention with the cloud rooms. You can kick someone out, but you can't ban them. So what's the point? Like, why? I mean, you would want to ban somebody after you kick them out. And so that's something that, you know, you can help people with.
Right.
Except sometimes you might want to kick them out until they behave themselves, and then you can put them back.
That's true.
They're gone.
Yeah, although some people are so egregious that you kind of want to ban them right away. But yeah, I do see your point.
Right. I mean, the way we used to talk about kick versus ban, there were both of this. There's this thing called Skype commands with the slash.
Yeah.
And there's /kick and there's /kick ban. So someone who just wants to leave, wants help leaving, you would /kick. Someone you want to permanently ban so they can't get in without your permission. They can get back in if you let them. Only if you let them. That would be /kick ban. That command is gone, as well as most of the other commands, even setting your guidelines and the ability to edit are gone. Edit and even remove. Did you know that they actually, I'm getting sidetracked, but they actually got for the legacy rooms only, when we got to Skype 7, we're on 7.1 or 2, I think Mac might be on 7.2, is the most current Skype. As soon as we went to 7.0, they actually returned to us the ability to remove a member's message, but they didn't return to us the ability to edit a message or to ban members. And just recently I was asked just a day or two ago about why is it I can't right-click on a member's message. I own the room. I'm an administrator, moderator of a Skype room, and I can't right-click and remove the message because it did come back, which is great. And it wasn't in Skype in cloud rooms, only legacy rooms, but they took everything away in late 6 and brought back right-click remove a message in 7. And now in 7.1, when I go back to 7.0 even, the right-click remove is gone. So I'm hoping that it's just because they're trying to bring back edit. And so they're, you know, all rooms are the same. You no longer can remove. I'm hoping that will come back. And if anybody wants to be to vote on some of these things that we want, we have a Skype idea room that Alex and I, and actually all three of us are in, so if you're interested in that. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the people that are watching us live streaming, and thank you, Mark. I've been seeing that you're here, and Kim for joining us, and MD Mazharul Islam says he's going to watch. And if you do have any questions, now is a good time to bring them up. Sunita, Gerald Lee is here, and Bill Moore. Great. and Nilesh. Thank you all for being here. And let me see if we have any questions. Just go ahead and type them under the live streaming event. Okay. I can chat, but not Skype. Okay, Chris. I see Chris there. Thank you, Chris Downs. And if there aren't any questions, we'll just go ahead and share any last words that we want to share about Skype group chats and how they help with business. And
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to bring the conversation back to what Carolyn said earlier about Julie's ability to assist with Skype issues very one-on-one and through her SeeYouOnSkype, because it's funny how Skype helps people, and you would think that they would do it through Skype, but it's like they do it through a forum, and they'll send you to a link that's already pre-written, and they'll say, well, read this. You know, I mean, that's not tremendously helpful compared to how Julie helps people. It's like night and day.
thank you, Alex. I love Skype questions. Absolutely love them.
There really is nothing in the world, as far as I'm concerned, that beats the one-on-one assistance. You know, we've all got a lot on our plate. We're all busy, and we need to be able to do something. We've got to be able to do it right now. And getting help from a right now person like Julie is, we can just get the answers we need, or she takes over the computer and just fixes it for us if you're a member of SeeYouOnSkype, and it just means a lot. And we can get it done in a few minutes, as opposed to having to go read something, having to go watch a dozen videos to find out the answer to one tiny little question that actually takes 2 minutes to answer, instead of and watching somebody that already knows how to do it. Just
Yeah, that's what people want, and it's like, we get it, and we're ahead of the curve of like real-time help and deep engagement and all the good stuff that's being tweeted about and people posting on Facebook. I mean, we get it, and we should pat ourselves on the back and say, you know, thank you, Skype, thank you, Julie. I mean, because it's really, I feel, taken me to the next level as far as networking, getting things done. And there's a central theme about the mastermind room that I'm in, the blogger mastermind, and that is we can learn so much more and so much faster together than we can on our own. And like you said, Carolyn, like going through, you know, links with all these long how-tos and stuff like that, and it's text-based, and you're not getting personalized help. And so, you know, the mastermind has that theme of togetherness and community and just getting answers fast. And if I could, I just wanted to bring attention to an article that I wrote about how I love Skype rooms and how we use it in the Blogger Mastermind Skype room. And the link is is.gd/I love Skype rooms. So that's is.gd/I love Skype rooms.
Sure. Yeah, that's a very good article. I love that article.
Thank you.
Well, I love what you guys are saying about Skype, and we're ahead of the curve. I really do think that that's what business is about, and that's what social media, that's what Google search, the internet search wants to provide. That's what we're all aiming for, is being able to really be of service, get things done, have the answers when we need them, being able to pivot is a term I've used lately, to find out, oh, well, that's not what they wanted. What they wanted was this. I mean, it's so many times in email support, it's like, that's not the answer that I wanted. Well,
That isn't the answer to this question.
Right. That's not the answer to this question. So, you know, we're getting a little bit of off topic from the introduction to Skype rooms, but I think a lot of the community building and the networking really starts with group chat rooms, and then you go and you have one-on-one or PM, private message, as Carolyn used that term, private message chats to really dive deeper. What did you say about deeper engagement, Alex?
Yeah, there's all these tweets and Facebook posts about how companies and solopreneurs and just businesses in general need to be more into listening and deep engagement. And I mean, like, I don't snicker and laugh at that because it's all true, but it's just like I feel like I've been doing it ever since I discovered Skype rooms.
Right. And I guess one thing that came to mind also is that when we compare these Google Hangouts, thank you Google, with Skype, thank you Skype and Microsoft for Skype, they are different. They do have similarities that they are each limited to, as far as video calls, they're each limited to 10, so that's a similarity. And as far as getting a Skype call recorded and on YouTube, there are tools, free and very inexpensive, to immediately do that. So even though it's not by Skype itself, there is that.
There are ways to do it if you know how.
Yes, it's if you know how. And I really appreciate you guys being here with me and letting people know your experience of my capabilities and my spirit of service to those who use Skype for business and for networking. Is there anything else you guys want to add? I'm just going to check to see if there's any questions. And unless I'm not seeing something, I don't think I see any.
I do need to take off, Julie.
Okay.
It's been a good session today.
Right. Thank you so much. Next week,
Thank you.
Your group. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Next week.
Yes, next week is the third week of the month. So it will be Skype help, Skype tips, Skype updates, things that are changing on Skype. And the week after that will be Skype hack safety and Skype recovery. And the next Skype room session will be, let's see if I have it open, that would be convenient. It would be, I'm going to share the content of my next sessions. Here we go. So next month, when we talk about Skype rooms on the second week of the month, we're going to talk about member training, joining, and finding a Skype room. At other times we'll talk about the picture and the topic of Skype rooms and the group profile of Skype rooms, and also guidelines of Skype rooms, chatting rights and roles, Skype etiquette. So those are just a taste of some of the topics we'll get into a little bit more in detail for Skype rooms, and some of the details for Skype marketing that we'll be going over, which will be the first week of each month, will be Skype tools, Skype lead generation, Skype networking, Skype list building, one of my favorite topics, and relationship marketing on Skype, attraction marketing on Skype, Skype funnel building, Skype traffic, a case study that I did last month, and Skype virtual assistants and moderators, having multiple Skype accounts. And even in Skype rooms will come into play again in the topics for Skype marketing. So thank you everybody for watching, and if there are not any questions, we'll go ahead and end the session on Skype rooms, introduction to Skype rooms for See You on Skype members. Look for the link for the trainings inside of the member-only Skype room. And again, that is inside of See You on Skype. Oh, I promised I would screen share and show where to find that. So you guys need to take off. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Carolyn.
We'll see you later, Julie.
Okay, bye.
Good to meet you, Alex.
Same here, Carolyn. Thank you for joining us.
I'm going to go ahead and screen share. I don't have it ready, so let's see. Let me get this ready and find my See You on Skype site. Here it is. Okay, now I'm ready to screen share. Here we go. Uh-oh, I lost the room. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness I found it. Start. All right, so here is SeeYouOnSkype.com. And if you're a member, you click Member Login. If you want to join, you click to join. And these sessions live, these live sessions are free on Mondays. And where you get the link to them is once you've logged in, and if you're joining, you have to find 2 emails for links to verify so that you can log in. Skype me if you have problems. Then you can log in. Once you are logged in, you look for the 3 free Skype rooms. The menus may change. This may look different soon, but look for the Skype rooms. And I'm on the Skype rooms page. And here's Join Skype Rooms is in the second box. Julie's Skype Rooms. The first one is for upgraded members of See You on Skype. And the second one is the free member support Skype room. Your agreement to the Skype room guidelines is required. Give your Skype handshake. There's little emoticons in Skype, and there's a handshake. Give your Skype handshake in the room to keep or get your chatting rights. So if you click this link, you will need to allow Skype to launch. It says, depending on which browser you have, it asks you if you want to allow the application. It looks a little different in Firefox than it does in Chrome, and mine is not set. I've set it to accept every time I hit a Skype room join link. So after you allow the application to launch, which if you look at the message it says Skype, you will just enter the room. There it is. And that's the See You on Skype free member Skype room, where I will put the link to each of the trainings that I do on Mondays. I'm doing them in a Google Hangout on Air, so it will be a plus.google link. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thanks for staying with me, Alex.
Totally. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you next week, and see you on Skype.